That leads us to the real question, which is, what is the actual truth?
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the must-see films about the often controversial inner lives of celebrities.
I know the names of 48 women whose lives Kelly has ruined. 48 women can't be lying.
Number 10, Robin Williams, Come Inside My Mind.
Stand-up is survival. For me, that's jazz. That's what I have to do.
True to its title, director Marina Zenovich's film does its absolute best to determine what made comedic genius Williams, who took his own life in 2014, tick. Along the way, the audience hears from Williams's friends, family, and coworkers, who describe Williams as being the consummate showman in public, yet shy and quiet in his most personal moments.
He was really comfortable on stage. Off stage, I just felt he was holding himself together.
Most heartbreakingly of all, we learn about the legendary comedian's troubled final years, which saw him struggle with diagnoses for both Parkinson's disease and Lewy body dementia. Williams's efforts to put on a brave face while concealing his illnesses go a long way in humanizing a beloved giant of a man.
Early in life, did you have a fear of abandonment?
Oh, yeah. It's a primal fear for any child, and it dictates a lot of how you deal with life.
He was always looking for a connection.
Number 9, Anna Nicole Smith, You Don't Know Me.
I would just advise people just to follow their dreams. They can come true. I'm living proof.
Model and actress Smith was controversial for the majority of her 39 years, and from early on too. Smith, born Vicki Lynn Hogan in 1967, married 89-year-old billionaire J. Howard Marshall in 1994. This led Smith, who had been named Playboy's 1993 Playmate of the Year, to public scrutiny, as well as accusations of gold digging.
Anna Nicole Smith has died.
Modeling, movies, her own TV show. The world is infatuated with Anna Nicole Smith.
A death that opened a Pandora's box of questions.
Further scandals ensued over the years, such as Smith's battle to claim what she felt she was owed from Marshall's estate, as well as the tragic passing of her son Daniel shortly before her own. Ursula Macfarlane's You Don't Know Me attempts to untangle Smith's relationship with scandal, and serves as a helpful primer for those who wish to learn more about Smith's life.
What is the truth about Anna Nicole Smith?
Number 8. The New York Times presents Malfunction, the dressing down of Janet Jackson.
The game is starting, and we are having our talent people coming in and giving us updates because Justin Timberlake had flown out to Los Angeles and flew back in on Sunday back to Texas.
Is this the most consequential 1 second in the history of live broadcasting? While the jury is out on that particular accolade, it's inarguable that the Super Bowl 38 halftime show had farther-reaching consequences than anyone could have possibly imagined.
There was requests for him to go in to speak to Janet, her stylist. We as the producers we weren't in the room.
Malfunction was released as an edition of the New York Times Presents, which had previously been a vessel for the widely publicized Framing Britney Spears documentary. The doc breaks down the intense controversy that followed in the wake of Nipplegate, as well as shocking new allegations that Justin Timberlake had helped to engineer the stunt as a means of getting back at Britney Spears.
There was a small conversation that lasted minutes in her dressing room. Justin came out, everyone went off to get in their ready start positions.
Number 7. Tiger.
When Tiger was 10 months old, I unstrapped him out of his high chair one day and he walked over and hit the ball. There it is. I said, oh my God, I've got something special.
Based on Jeff Benedict and Armin Katayan's 2018 book, Tiger Woods, this 2-part HBO doc focuses on the life and career of the man some have deemed the greatest golfer of all time. Directors Matthew Heineman and Matthew Hamachek painstakingly pieced together a version of the iconic athlete's life. That is, without Woods' input.
He asked me to ask his dad if he could play some other sports, but Mr. Woods said he had to concentrate on his golf.
I wanted to protect that sweetness of him.
Despite this setback, Tiger will leave your jaw on the floor for multiple reasons. Heineman and Hamachek's docuseries truly puts you in Woods' golf shoes. From the crushing pressure his father placed on him to succeed, to the overwhelming media scrutiny he faced in the wake of multiple extramarital affairs in the late 2000s, Tiger shines an uncomfortable spotlight on the dark side of celebrity.
Tiger was going to be this bridge between all the different races and tribes of humanity.
How are you handling all the adulation?
I honestly don't feel comfortable with that.
Number 6. Britney Vs Spears.
I just want my life back.
Britney's been silenced to speak out about anything that's really going on.
Britney's never had one person she could trust. Not mom, not dad.
Documentary filmmaker Aaron Lee Carr was among the first prominent voices in the media to examine the pop superstar's controversial conservatorship. Over the course of 2 years, Lee Carr researched the arrangement, and Britney Vs. Spears demonstrates that her efforts paid off.
What was going on inside the conservatorship? And why was she still in one if she was, quote, okay?
There was financial incentives for Jamie, for the lawyers.
While the documentary itself received polarized reviews, particularly with regard to its approach, its focus on exposing Spears' conservatorship as inhumane was the subject of praise. Writing for IndieWire, Kristen Lopez lauded Britney Vs. Spears as, quote, feeling like a movie not searching for scandal, but a genuine desire to help, to say something to Spears, to remind us why we love her and how we failed her.
Britney made other people a lot of money.
I've worked my whole life. I don't owe these people anything.
Number 5. Depp V Herd.
Please tell the jury why you're here today.
Ms. Herd accused me of abuse.
My ex-husband is suing me.
Brutal, cruel.
The media circus surrounding this acrimonious celeb divorce between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard birthed this British mini docuseries. Produced for the UK's Channel 4 and distributed worldwide by Netflix, Depp V Herd eschews the interviews and talking heads normally associated with documentary, and instead opts for a bird's-eye view account of the events leading up to, during, and following the competing defamation trials of Depp and Heard.
This is humiliating for any human being to go through.
And all false.
Depp V Herd ultimately received mixed to negative reviews, but proves rewarding for those seeking to learn more about the case, as well as those who need their fix of juicy celeb drama. A fair word of warning, its ugly moments can get really ugly.
Amber Heard forever changed Mr. Depp's life and reputation.
Behind the fame, you're gonna see who the real Johnny Depp is.
Depp was the one who wanted the cameras in the courtroom.
Number 4, Phoenix Rising.
It's always really hard for me to look at photos of myself from before. I've kept this journal since I was 15.
Aired over the course of 2 March evenings in 2022, Phoenix Rising follows Evan Rachel Wood as she attempts to initiate legal reform surrounding domestic violence cases in California. Specifically, the documentary highlights Woods' efforts to get the Phoenix Act off the ground. The proposed bill would extend the statute of limitations afforded to those affected by assault.
I'm here today to talk about Brian Warner, also known to the world as Marilyn Manson.
He studied how to manipulate people. He groomed her. He's a predator.
Wood unfortunately had firsthand experience that led to her activism. That would be her tumultuous relationship with now disgraced rock musician Marilyn Manson, whom she accused of several kinds of abuse. Phoenix Rising documents Wood's healing process as she comes to terms with the trauma and hardships she faced while involved with Manson, while demonstrating how difficult that process can be.
Numerous women heard my story and they knew exactly who it was. I realized that I wasn't the only one that this had happened to. You're not alone.
I know, it's crazy.
Number 3, Alan V. Pharoh.
This is the story of 2 of the biggest stars in the world.
The father is Woody Allen, writer, director, actor. The mother is Mia Farrow, his co-star and mother of his 3 children.
As you might have pieced together by now, the early 2020s were marked by a flood of documentary films and series that highlighted serial abusers and efforts to have them apprehended and brought to justice.
My family was really close.
It was an amazing childhood. But no matter what you think you know, it's just the tip of the iceberg.
Likely the result of public interest in the Me Too movement that emerged in 2017, Alan V. Pharoh examines one of the most notoriously pored over celebrity scandals in recent memory, that of Woody Allen's alleged assault on Dylan Farrow, his adopted daughter. Controversial from the get-go, the much-maligned filmmaker declined to participate in the making of Marilyn V Pharoh, adding yet another layer of intrigue to a sordid, years-long scandal.
Woody Allen is one of the most prominent American directors.
He was such a cultural figure.
Woody Allen, Mia Farrow, that's the ideal power couple.
Number 2. Leaving Neverland.
Everybody wanted to meet Michael or be with Michael. And then he likes you.
King of pop Michael Jackson's stunning fall from grace in the early 1990s will surely be studied for decades. The world of the uber-talented multi-hyphenate was rocked by scandal when he was accused of inappropriate relations with young boys, a mark on his squeaky clean public image that haunted Jackson for the rest of his life until his untimely 2009 passing.
I was 7 years old. Michael asked, "Do you and the family want to come to Neverland?"
Leaving Neverland specifically chronicles claims of abuse touted by Wade Robson and James Safechuck, who both allege that the Billie Jean singer took advantage of them, leading to lifelong trauma. The documentary was subject to heavy backlash at the time of its release. This ranged from protests by Jackson's fans to legal action against HBO for airing it. Watch it and decide for yourself.
Hello, Wade. Today is your birthday, so congratulations. I love you. Goodbye.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Pretty Baby, Brooke Shields. Shields opens up about surviving Hollywood as a child star.
How do you feel about all this fuss that's being made over you?
I think it's kind of fun.
You really are an exquisite-looking young lady. I know you've been told that, but isn't she a pretty girl?
Kid 90. Punky Brewster star Soleil Moon Frye unveils her heart-rending home movies.
I'm not in a good mood.
Good, this is what I want on tape. Soleil not smiling for once, like the whole world thinks she always is.
Kurt Cobain, Montage of Heck. The inner turmoil of the legendary Nirvana frontman expressed in his own words.
His goal was to write as well as he could, play as well as he could.
That's all in the music, man.
It was awe-inspiring, but it was like, oh, I guess I'm not all that special.
Jim and Andy, The Great Beyond. Jim Carrey went to almost career-ending lengths to embody Andy Kaufman.
When I heard I had the part, I was looking at the ocean, and that's the moment when Andy came back to make his movie.
Hello.
Selena Gomez, My Mind and Me. A raw, unfiltered look into what it means to be extremely famous.
Just be who you are, Selena. No one cares about what you're doing. It's about who I am.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Surviving R. Kelly.
Robert said, "Don't believe everything you hear."
R. Kelly has been charged with multiple counts of sexual assault.
Possibly the most impactful documentary on our list, this Lifetime series is credited with almost single-handedly ending R&B star Kelly's 30-year recording career. And that's not without good reason. The singer was charged with and subsequently arrested on federal racketeering and human trafficking charges.
I have video of you. Come meet me.
I finally got around to watching that documentary. It was a rehash of things they've known for years, and everybody rejected it.
Surviving R. Kelly reignited public interest in Kelly's scandal-ridden years in show business, leading to further legal investigations which eventually resulted in his conviction. Although its contents are harrowing, Surviving R. Kelly is a painfully effective reminder of the ways that systemic injustices persevere and fester.
Black women had been talking about this story since 1991. Surviving R. Kelly accomplished making America listen to these stories.
What's the most shocking celebrity documentary you've seen? Are there any we missed? Let us know in the comments.
I know him as well as I can know him, but who do you know, even when they're right in front of you?